Joining me now is Ricken Patel. He's the founder of Avaaz, an advocacy group that encourages global action on climate change. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, 2 years ago, your organisation asked members to contribute to a 30-month campaign to bring the world to a climate deal at this Paris summit. What did that campaign involve, and what are you hoping will be achieved?
Well, 18 months ago, people were miserable about this issue. There really didn't seem to be any political momentum whatsoever on it, and the outlook was bleak. And then a year ago, we saw the largest mobilization in history on climate change. Hundreds of thousands of people out in the streets across the planet, and it changed the music. And we've seen the best year of progress ever on climate change. Much higher commitments from each nation state, and unprecedented commitments from the broad range of nation states to this issue. It's really changed the game. So we're heading into Paris with a lot of political momentum, and the job now is to make sure this summit delivers.
You founded this online activism group that specialises in email petitions, online mobilisations, if you like. What do you say to critics who claim that your group doesn't really engage with people on the issue because it's easy to click on and sign a protest, feel good about it for the moment, and then forget about it?
Yeah, I think it's just silly, the criticism. I mean, the internet empowers all kinds of action, including offline, and we spearheaded that largest mobilization in history on climate change last year, and we're doing it again this weekend. We're seeing the early marches from Australia and New Zealand have come in. They're the largest marches in Australia's history and New Zealand's history. We think we're going to beat last year's record. Our community of 42 million people has mobilized in their hundreds of thousands for this. So I think this is just, today is a great day to ask me that question, because you can see what's going on around the world in the streets as a result of this kind of activism.
You mentioned some of the things you've achieved. Where do you think your group has made the biggest difference?
Oh, well, I think on climate change, one thing that recently happened is there's a goal that we need out of this Paris conference, and it's that the world commits to the only solution to climate change, which is to transition our economies to 100% clean energy. That's how we fix this problem. And when we first started pushing that goal, people said it was pie in the sky. There's no way that people would agree to it. And we pushed Angela Merkel, the chairman of the G7 talks recently, and she really stepped up, and Obama joined her and other leaders joined her, and they committed, as the world's richest polluting countries, to decarbonize the global economy. And that was a real eye-opener, I think, for a lot of people, that, wow, there is a potential for profound tectonic movement on this issue, and it's been pushed by people. There are no spectators in this, Lynda. Like, if you're sitting at home watching this right now, what happens in the next 2 weeks depends on all of us. We've got to get on the phones to our governments. We've got to be on the internet. We've got to be out in the streets, because what people do will determine whether this conference is a success or not.
Of course, many believe that no matter what comes out of the Paris conference, it won't be enough to prevent the temperature from rising 2 degrees by 2100. At the end of this conference, what do you think realistically would be a successful outcome?
I think Paris needs to deliver a goal, a price tag, and a mechanism. The goal is 100% clean energy worldwide. The price tag is about the fact that you can't ask the poor countries who haven't contributed to this problem nearly as much and need development to pay for this transition. So the price tag that's been agreed is $100 billion a year from rich polluters to the poor countries. And then we have to recognize that, you're right, we're not on track. With the current pledges we have, we're on track for 3 degrees warming. We've got to get that down to 2, and we need a mechanism that will ratchet up ambition over time. Those are the 3 things that are success for Paris.
Okay, Ricken Patel, we wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Lynda.
Now ahead, we'll explain the extra challenges officers face as they try to bring a deadly standoff to an end in the U.S. state of Colorado. It's still to come. Stay with us.